Hello.
You're late.
I run late sometimes.
I was just about to give up and leave.
I'm surprised you wanted to see me at all after our last, what shall we call it, encounter?
Well, I thought it was important, or I wouldn't have.
You decided what you want from me?
Yes. I've decided that the world should find out what I know about you and Madeline. So, I've gone ahead and done something about it.
What's going on? The circus is back in town.
The pain is gone. It's completely gone.
Yes. Now you can throw away your cane. You're not going to need it anymore.
She's right. I can walk. I can walk again. I can actually walk without any pain.
Gina, why don't you sit down? Maybe you're overdoing it. Doctor?
Mr. Capwell, it is very well known you have severed your relations with Miss Light and her dwindling band of disciples. Any comments?
Well, obviously, I should never have doubted Lily. What we have here is nothing short of a miracle. Yeah.
That's right. I'm cured.
I would like to examine her, if I may.
Well, certainly, Doctor, but I think you'll find that she's completely healed.
I am. I can feel it. It's a miracle.
I didn't expect you to have the courage to admit that you were in Monte Carlo and that you got Martin to come here. But I know you did, and I know why. You are so unsure of Cruz that you'll do just about anything to eliminate anyone that you think is a threat. I pity you, Eden. I really do. Wait. For what? Denial? No. I'm not going to waste my time doing that. But I didn't know what Martin would be like or how he would treat you while he was here. He has distorted what I told him, which was just simply that you were interested in Cruz again. That's not much of an exaggeration, is it? Are you going to tell Cruz about Martin? About you contacting him? Yes. I don't have to tell him anything. Sooner or later, he's going to find out exactly what kind of a person you really are. Actually, it's better if he finds out for himself. I don't think he would believe me. And when he makes that discovery, he's going to leave you.
I came back here because somebody told me you and Tory were making it.
Who is somebody?
Yeah, why don't you ask that little blonde slut you're sleeping with? Okay. All right, let's see if she wants you when you're marked up a little.
Кажется, я сделала все от себя зависящее.
Looks that way. Listen, you've been so nice to help. Thank you.
Oh, well, I had the time.
I think Minx is going to be very pleased.
Hey, would you take a look at this? I keep reading this, and I still can't get over it.
What is it?
It's an invitation to Gina Capwell's shower, wedding shower. And you believe this? I mean, they're all over town like confetti.
I know. It's supposed to be going on right now, and I saw it in the paper, and I thought, no, Gina's after Cece's blood pressure, that's all.
Why would he throw Sophia over for Gina? I mean, assuming that they had had the worst argument in the 20th century, why Gina?
I don't know. Did you talk to Sophia?
No, I haven't. I'm sorry. Have I forgotten to say hello?
Oh, well, it went without saying.
Well, we've just been getting Minx's party together. Caroline has volunteered. The caterers are setting up in the dining room. There just seems to be sort of a misunderstanding about the guest list.
Oh, I don't think it's a misunderstanding.
I think you and I need to talk.
Huh?
Why don't I just stroll out and see if our dinosaur's lonely?
Caroline, you don't have to go anywhere. No. See, what you're wondering is why Augusta's on the guest list?
Well, to put it mildly, yes.
Well, it's because she's going to be here, see?
Lionel, she responded to the invitation, and she said no.
Yeah, she said no. Exactly. And that means, as we know, it means that she's going to be here.
She appears to have found a way to be both predictable and unpredictable at the same time. My hat's off to her.
Well, she likes to keep people off balance. Someday I'll tell you about the circle of truth.
I think you're setting yourself up for a disappointment.
Believe me, Julia, I know she's going to be there. It's money in the bank.
Well, I hope so. I can't wait to meet her.
Well, tonight's your chance. You'll get to know each other and probably like each other. Oh, I have a lot to do. I'll see you later.
You really don't think she's going to come, do you?
No, but Lionel seems to believe that enough for both of us. I am real ornery about being wrong, but I'll tell you in this case, I hope Lionel proves me wrong.
What's with you? I finally get myself my feet in this.
You know, you're not quite as astute as I thought you were, Keith. Maybe you should take another look at the masthead on that paper. People who print these things up didn't find the humor in it either.
Why are you doing this to me? Why are you taunting me? Give me the pictures now. I am tired of being jerked around by you for it.
Well, you may be tired, but I'm just getting my second wind. I'm not finished with you yet, Mr. Timmons.
All right, you want to print some of my practical jokes on me? I'm not interested.
All right? You're right. We're two adults in a workaday world. And so what I thought was that you and I should work together.
Well, I carry around your shopping bag?
In your new private law practice.
Oh, you're a lawyer now?
No, but soon you'll be setting up your new office and you'll need a secretary or a receptionist. And I want the job.
You are as crazy as a loon.
No, I'm not. You see, I just figure that you and I should start becoming productive members of society. So I expect that you'll be making the arrangements right away.
You know, you're as likely to become a secretary as you are to be a mortician, dear. What do you really want to accomplish by this? You want to spy on me, is that it?
What I expect to accomplish is my own business. But just in case you didn't get the message behind my little joke, it was to demonstrate that I could put you on the front page of the newspaper whenever I please. And since I'm such a close relative to the new district attorney, I could probably get you thrown in jail. So I'd humor me if I were you, Keith.
Why? Well, I never thought I'd actually live to hear myself say this, but I'm glad to see you. Come in, bring in your wrecking crew. Dig a hole any place you'd like.
Why the change of heart?
Just do me a favor. Dig a big one. One big enough I can take everybody in that living room and put them right in it.
I got this morning. I want to know something. Why are you doing this to Sophia? What strange hold does Gina have on you?
I don't intend to talk to you about my private life.
I care about Sophia, and no matter what you think my reasons might be, I can't understand you doing something this outrageous to hurt Sophia.
She doesn't need you as a knight in shining armor. Do you think I'd hurt Sophia for the world?
Then why are you marrying her?
It hasn't happened yet, has it? And if I do, it's going to be for Kelly. Aaron puts himself through hell just to protect his child. You know that.
I don't follow.
Well, you should follow it. You gave up everything you had to me to protect Warren, remember?
Two situations have nothing in common.
I've said the last I'm going to say on the subject.
Has to be one of the most emotional experiences of my entire life. You can't imagine the joy that fills me, knowing I'm going to be able to walk down the aisle when I marry Cece.
Yes, but your husband-to-be seems just a bit skeptical. Cece, where did he go?
Oh, well, that's just his way. He was probably so moved that he had to leave the room.
Yes. Miss Light, how long have you had the power to heal people in this way?
Well, the healing power comes from the power of the spirit and the mind to believe and to have absolute
Look,
faith.
just knock it off, all right? She doesn't have any power. Don't kid yourselves. All she has is a taste for the headlines and a talent for exploiting the people that don't know any better. Ask her if she can heal my wife. Ask her if she can bring back Amy from the dead.
Brick, why don't you and I talk privately?
No, because I think I know what's going on here between Lily Light and Gina Capwell. I think it's time everybody else knew about it, too.
Oh, my leg. I think it's broke.
Не знаю почему, но Лайонел отказывается меня слушать.
I happen to be an expert on the kind of trouble you can get into if you follow your heart and ignore what's plain as day to everybody else. I'd sooner slip my wrists than go that route again.
Oh, famous last words.
No, I mean it. Caroline, would it shock you if I told you that I've decided to have a child. I mean, on my own.
Oh, takes a good deal more than that to shock me.
Good. Actually, I think I'm going about it very sensibly. I'm being very logical about finding a father for my baby.
I would imagine you'd have quite a shopping list made up for whoever it is.
That sounds kind of clinical. But there's certain attributes that I'm looking for. I mean warmth and intelligence and someone who's reasonably good-looking, comes from a good family, congenitally healthy.
Honey, once a rabbit expires, you give him my number.
I'm not saying that it's going to be easy, but I don't think that it's impossible. Oh, someone who's sensitive, too.
Now, I don't want to be a wet blanket, but I don't think evolution has produced anything like that yet.
I'll let you know after I've beaten the bushes.
Yeah, have you considered Lionel? He seems to meet a lot of those requirements.
No, Lionel, I have not considered Lionel.
Oh, I mean, what doesn't he have that you want?
Lionel's a wonderful man, and I'm sure that he has wonderful DNA. But I'm very much my sister's sister. And it's kind of difficult for me to imagine him with anybody else.
Yeah, I can understand. Still, he's bound to find someone sooner or later.
Excuse me.
I want to talk to you. Alone.
I'm afraid that there's someone here.
Would you like me to get that?
Thank you very much, Caroline. What do you want?
I'll make it fast. It has to do with Madeline and Lorent's murder. I think I need a lawyer.
I don't know what it is you think you know about us. So why don't you just spit it out?
Gina, I would...
How long did it take you to cook up this little faith-healing act together, huh?
You think I'm lying for her? Everybody in this whole town knows how anti-Lily Light I am. And I have been since the day she first got here. Oh, come on. I've said terrible things about her publicly and privately. Now I'm ready to eat my words in front of all of these people that actually saw her cure me. I don't have much of a choice. I think it's time that everybody went home. It's been a day to remember.
Look, Rick, I know you don't like the carnival aspect of this, but I did it because someone needed help.
You ought to get you an entertainment license instead of a permit to preach.
No matter how it sounds, I don't believe that you really hate me.
And your positive thinking has turned you into a fool.
And I know I don't hate you. But I just see you being driven by some very destructive emotion. And I'm afraid it's going to lead to something terrible if you don't control it and stop letting it control you.
Well, at least you've got common sense enough left to be afraid.
What did he say?
He just said he thought what happened today was a trick, that's all.
Well, that's good. I'd hate to think what he'd do if he found out what was really between you and Gina.
At least what he'd feel would be honest anger. He wouldn't just use me the way you have.
Well, you've got some pretty good use out of me, too, Lily. I'm the one that arranged this little miracle of yours,
Will you
aren't I?
just please keep your voice down?
Now you can move in for the kill.
Oh, right. I only had to pretend to tolerate her and wait till her defenses got down. Then voila, the tape was yours.
Lily, does it really matter that we have different goals as long as we both achieve them?
You mean as long as I achieve them for both of us?
You know what's interesting? It's as plain as the nose on an elephant's face that Gina cares a great deal about you, her beauteous daughter. A little like the ending of King Kong, isn't it? It was beauty killed the beast.
Yeah, let's take him out the service entrance.
Okay.
What happened? Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Something's wrong with his leg, though. He thinks it's broken. I'm gonna follow him to the hospital.
Wait a second. Why did you fight?
Because he said some things he shouldn't have, and I lost my temper.
What things?
Things about you.
What did he say?
We can talk about it later. I'm sorry about this.
Did you tell him? You know, not so long ago, you thought it was easy to tell painful truths. At least you thought it would be easy for me. Now your future depends on a lie. Sort of changes the perspective, doesn't it?
Даже скандалами. Лайонел, к тебе пришли. Кэролайн?
Лайонел звонила Августа несколько минут назад.
Августа? Где она?
Она попросила позвать тебя, узнав, что тебя нет, повесила трубку.
Понятно. Она приезжает. Извините.
Tell she has a date with the police about the kidnapping and my $1 million. Never seen him so happy. But then again, he's not likely for any female companionship, is he?
Well, I know he's missed her.
Tell me, have you heard from Gus lately?
No. That was over a long time ago.
Still can't believe you threw me over for him.
Well, that's the sort of thing people are saying about you and your new fiancé. I should be going.
You haven't met my son, Mason, have you?
How do you do?
Mason, this is Caroline Wilson.
It's a pleasure.
Hey.
Sorry for the intrusion, Cece.
No problem.
An attractive woman. Who is she?
Jane's mother.
Oh.
Haley's friend, Jane.
Oh, Lionel's friend, Jane.
All right, you got any more information on how to get me out of that wedding that Gina's in there declaiming about?
Well, as a matter of fact, I do have what you might call a secret weapon.
Oh? Like what?
Well, I can't give you any details yet, but I can sum it up in one word. And it's a word I bet you never thought I'd connect with Gina.
All right, Mason, what is the word?
Love. Rhymes with dove. Also with shove and heavens above.
You're more deranged than Lily Light.
You're close.
You were having an affair with Madeline Laurent and you didn't tell anybody?
It's gonna be a lecture.
Why?
I like sleeping with women. I'm old-fashioned that way.
Why didn't you come out with it?
Why do you think? I was up for district attorney. I didn't want to reveal every sordid aspect of my relationship to a murdered woman. I thought it might be detrimental to my career.
Oh, so you sat there in the courtroom snapping your whip at Mason to come up with some witnesses?
It wouldn't have helped. I had nothing material to add to the case. I mean, why would I throw myself to the lions?
You had a moral obligation. But that's a little academic now, isn't it?
Exactly. I'm having trouble with Courtney. She has pictures of me and Madeline, you know, together. She's acting strangely. Makes me nervous.
Does she think that you killed her?
Who would know what goes on in that vapid mind?
Did she say anything specifically about it?
Directness has never been one of her salient virtues, darling.
Why is she going to blackmail you, Keith? Why, unless you have something that you didn't want?
Because she knows how it would look. She's not the demure, quiet little girl we took her for. And I want you to protect me in case she tries something like going public with this little tidbit of information.
Do you think that's imminent?
Who knows what she's going to do? You talk to her, you'll see.
I follow you. I do. I know how single-minded she was about having David convicted.
Oh, there's more there than meets the eye.
Wonderful. What is it?
Gee, how shall I put this? She has had romantic notions about David.
She couldn't be far gone enough to have romantic notions about you, could she?
My skivvies.
Oh, well, come on. There's got to be some sort of motive. What is it? What is it? Unrequited love? Is it undiluted revenge? What is she after, Keith?
Maybe she's diddling. Madeline was a diddler.
I'm not even going to ask you what that means, because knowing you, it's something obscene.
No, it's sort of like puppeteering without strings.
I would give anything to find out who killed Madeline.
I know the David Laurent case was a turning point in your life. Or maybe more like a low point.
In my lowest moments, I never thought that I would take you on as a client.
You're snigger at me, I'll go home.
Hold it 1 second.
What?
You've left out a material omission.
Material omission mean money? Darling, you should pay me for being your pincushion.
Very funny. I'm talking legally. You still haven't actually said that you didn't murder Madeline.
No, that's right, I haven't. And you haven't told me that if Courtney starts squirreling, that you will represent me.
Dr. Miller, Dr. Frank Miller. Report to the 4th Ward.
Excuse me, Doctor. How is Mr. Ellis?
I'll be right with you.
Oh, I can't help but feel sorry for him.
I know.
And more than a little responsible.
You weren't the issue, Tory. It happened because of Eden. He started saying things about her, and I lost my temper.
What did he say?
Well, he said that she knew why he came back here. Somebody had told him that you and I were having an affair, and I should ask Eden.
Martin will say anything. It's probably his jealousy talking.
Yeah. That's pretty much what I thought. Watch out.
Well, we've given him something for the pain. He's a little punchy, but at least he's comfortable.
Oh, how is he? He thought his leg was broken.
No, there are no fractures.
Thank God.
Yeah, indeed.
The damage seems to be in the ligaments of the knee, which actually is a much more delicate problem.
Dr. Martin is a professional tennis player.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Well, how long until I can play again?
That's something I'll be discussing with Mr. Ellis first. Excuse me.
Well... Pink, huh? Hey, what's the matter? You unhappy?
I'm happy. I'm happy.
We still gonna see each other at the restaurant later?
Yeah. Lionel, I wouldn't wear the pink one if I were you. It's got a big spot on it.
You see, I wouldn't have these problems if my wife were here.
What? Men are such babies. What, do you need a wife around to pick up your socks and take your neckties to the cleaners?
I am married to the most extraordinary, outrageous woman a man could have.
You're only her husband. I'm her sister. I've been living with that extraordinary behavior much longer than you have.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you how I got her to accept my proposal? I cast out, right? And on the end of the fishing line dangled her engagement ring. She got a hold of it, pulled herself up the fishing line to the fisherman. Me.
I don't know how amusing it is, but it's weird.
Oh, weird, huh? Okay. We had this circle of truth, and I used to draw it on the ground, and we both step into it, and then never tell the truth. Either one of us.
You both are so perverse.
I guess we are. And I guess that's the reason we fit so perfectly. And that's why I say, if she refused the invitation to Minx's birthday party, she's gonna be here.
You are odd, both of you.
Huh?
But you do fit together well. I don't think that I'll ever find anyone who fits with me like that.
Of course you will. You're lovely.
Lovely has nothing to do with it. I'm independent. I mean, men like women who coo all over them. I'm not a cooer.
Well, the right guy's right around the corner somewhere. Yeah.
Lionel, I've just decided to have a baby on my own. If that doesn't put off the 2 or 3 men left on this planet who would have been interested in me otherwise, I don't know what will.
Is it because I talked about Augusta? Huh?
It's because every once in a while I get a glimpse of what real love is like between a man and a woman. And I really don't think I'll ever experience that. Excuse me.
Just stop it. You try it. Stop me. Come on, stop me. You haven't got the guts, do you? No, I've got David, I've got Keith, I've got everyone. Anything I want. You've got nothing. No one. Courtney? Yes. What? You look like you were in a trance. Oh, I didn't see you come in, Eden. You missed the big shower and all the excitement. Yeah. But listen, have you seen my father around? No, I haven't been keeping tabs. Excuse me.
Well, what do you know? A familiar face. Is everything all right?
No.
Courtney!
What are you doing here?
I saw the guests leave the bridal shower. I'll turn on my... Thought you might like some privacy.
Well, you thought wrong, Keith.
Coast is clear. Relax.
What for?
I know what you're looking for, and it's not a secretarial position. I think it's some various other positions.
Well, you're wrong. I was serious about that. I have some very good skills.
So do I.
You want me.
No, don't,
sister.
Kate.
Come on,
Don't.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
All right.
I want to do it. Say it.
All right. All right, I want you because you were Madeline's lover. Just get out of here. No.
What's your drink?
Please, just go. Just leave now.
It's called a torn anterior cruciate ligament.
Does that mean I'm going to have to use crutches?
No, just leave that knee immobilizer on and you'll be able to get around. You won't be doing any running, but you'll be ambulatory.
Well, how long does it take to heal? I mean, I know that knee injuries are the worst, but I can afford the best physical therapy. I mean, obviously, I'll have to cancel out of a few things, so be it. Am I going to be able to play again by March?
No, I'm afraid not.
No. What about May? There are a couple tournaments.
Mr. Ellis, the kindest thing I can do is to tell you frankly that it's very unlikely you'll be able to play again.
Ever? No, that's impossible. Tennis is all I know. Listen, I'm willing to work very hard here. I mean, I've had knee injuries before, and I've managed to get back.
I know. The minor traumas your knee has sustained are why surgery and even transplantation are not possible now. The ligament is torn completely, and torn ligaments don't heal. You could never subject that knee to the stress of competition without it giving out. I'm sorry. I wish I could tell you something else.
Martin, I don't know how to tell you how sorry I am.
Oh, man, how could it be going so fast, man? It's my career we're talking about here. You know, how could it be going so fast? It's my life.
We'll talk to a specialist. We'll
I mean, I've been training 8 hours a day since I was 10 years old, you know, man. I mean, how could this happen? I was going to be the best. I nearly was. And one afternoon, it's all taken away from me in a town I'm not even supposed to be in.
I don't know what...
You don't say? You don't know what to say? You know what to say? What, you and your boyfriend?
You don't blame Cruz.
Don't blame him. What? I threw myself through the window for kicks? Look, don't defend him to me after sleeping with him to rekindle old times.
No, Martin.
Look,
no.
Don't tell me that. I know. I know that either it has already happened or you are sitting there praying that it'll happen one day soon. You're not denying that, are you?
Why should I deny it? You don't listen to me? You don't believe me? Oh, Marty, why didn't you do what I asked in the first place? Why didn't you leave me alone?
Would you just take your bleeding conscience and get it away from me?
Dr. Ross, please call us Nurse Brian, report to second floor desk.
I guess you heard.
Yeah. I'd better go in there and try to straighten them out.
No. Don't go in there for your own sake.
Well, I did play a rather large part in this, and besides, I don't want him thinking that you...
He will not listen to you, believe me. Didn't you hear him? It's like talking to a brick wall.
He'll listen to me. In fact, I think he'll welcome me
No.
up. No! Tory.
You're only going to make things worse. Just go.
Chris, I don't know why you keep denying it when it is so obvious that you're depressed.
Lionel, it's nothing. It's just a phase I'm going through.
What's a phase? Okay. What phase? I'm persistent.
I've been thinking a lot about David Laurent. And the mistakes that I made and the bad judgment calls.
I thought you were over all that business with David Laurent.
Believe me, that's not the problem. What I'm not over is how badly I handled it. And not just romantically, but ethically and otherwise. Look at me. Is this woman qualified to raise a child?
Wait a minute. What does all this stuff with David Loren have to do with your being fit as a mother?
Of course it does. Huh? Children have to be taught values. They have to be taught the difference between right and wrong, among other things. How can I possibly teach a child something that I have failed at so spectacularly?
You know, none of us perfect, right? I mean, if they had a fault detector for parents, where they have those metal detectors in the airport, you know that most of us would ring off half the alarms in the country? Huh?
I'm not saying that I'm the worst person in the world, really. It's just that I don't have a very clear outlook on things when it comes to emotional things.
Yeah.
I have tried my damnedest to have some sort of intimate, personal relationship with someone, and I have failed.
Yeah, I know.
Well, doesn't that say something? I mean, doesn't that say something about my maturity?
Maybe you're just trying too hard, too eager, huh? Maybe you wanted a relationship in the abstract, and I don't know, there was one missing ingredient, the right guy, the guy who loves you, right? Well, most of us don't invite rejection, but maybe you did a little of that.
Invite it. Walked into my house, bag and baggage, totally unannounced.
This may not be headline news, darling, but most of us have some problems in relationships, right?
I welcome those problems. I'll even knit little booties for those problems. But what I can't seem to have is a relationship. I mean, think about it. There's David Loren, Jack Lee. Should I go on?
No. Just think about what they all had in common and avoid it.
I know what they had in common.
Mm-hmm.
They all liked me. So naturally, I loved them.
Hmm.
It's a mistake that I make. I always give more than somebody wants. You know, I act really tough, but I'm really a pushover. One more smile and I'll mow your lawn for you. I hate that about myself, Lionel. I hate it. I always thought I was independent, and I always thought I was self-contained.
You know something? It is possible to be independent and still need somebody. It is possible to have been unlucky all your life and still find someone.
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, that's true. The important thing is not to close yourself off from the possibility. Move in with a parrot. Give up, eh?
I'm not going to do that.
No?
I'm going to have a baby. That's better than a parrot, huh?
Yeah, sometimes it is. Of course, you learn a lot more words and eat ever so many more crackers.
That's me, crackers.
Nah, you're not. You got to do it. You're going to be all right.
I want to be. And I'll be darned whether I do it together or I do it by myself. But I'm going to be happy.
I'll bet on it.
That's her. You'll remember who she is?
Yeah, but what's she got to do with the job you have for us?
Lily Light heals people. I'm anxious to see what she can do for the two of you.
Get out of here right now.
What?
Don't say anything.
What? I was just picking up some stuff that I was snooping enough to leave. Leave me alone.
What, like needles, pins, voodoo dolls?
Like disinfectant. Like my razor, like my gold cufflinks. I'm surprised you didn't pawn these things.
Gold cufflinks, huh? They look like gold-plated spitballs to me.
What is it? Something terminal, I hope.
No. You know, I should have melted those down and had a filling made. Do you have any aspirin on you?
Well, I don't have any aspirin. If I did, I wouldn't give it to you. Why don't you go to a dentist?
couldn't pay me to go to a dentist. Kind of scare me to death. Probably the only people in the world I'm scared of. Now get out of here. Take your priceless valuables and go before I put a drill to you.
I just don't understand what's happening. It's as if this whole family is falling apart.
Darling, you gotta forget about us. Never mind about us. Look, you gotta believe and trust me that I can take care of everything and it's all gonna work out fine in the end. Gina's a problem. She's not an insurmountable problem. I'm worried about you.
Daddy, I lied to Cruz. And now I don't know what to do about it.
Oh, sweetheart. Yes, you do. Sure you do. When you lie to someone, you don't know how to get out of that. It's to untell the lies.
But I think somebody might have already done it for me. I just don't know if Cruz believed them or not.
Why don't you explain to me what you're talking about?
I can't. I'm too ashamed. And I was too ashamed to tell Cruz.
Listen to me, my darling. I am a pragmatic man. I don't walk around making pronouncements like truth is best. I go with what works, you know that. Gets me in trouble sometimes. That's what I do. But your mother and I have found that when you love somebody, nothing else seems to work but to tell the truth.
Daddy, I know that I have to be honest with him. And I haven't been trying to dodge that. I don't want to do that. It's just that I was afraid that he would stop loving me because of it.
Well, think how good you feel when you find out you had nothing to worry about.
You know what the ironic thing is? I did what I did because I didn't want to lose him. And now...
Listen, I want you to know how sorry I am about what happened.
Stay away from me.
If I can do anything for you while you're laid up, you just ask me.
I don't want to hear it. You just tell your girlfriend I'm going to be talking to her, except it's not going to be as nice as it was in Monte Carlo.
Now, wait a second. You saw Eden in Monte Carlo?
I guess you need things spelled out for you, don't you? Yeah. Eden traveled halfway around the world to talk me into coming back here to break you and Tory up. She got me here. She's responsible for everything that's happened since. Get me out of here.
All right, game. You call, I come, just like the old days.
I thought that you said that we could sit down and talk like two rational human beings.
No, I said I'd do my best. You don't make it easy.
Martin, there are a few things that I think you have to realize. First of all, I am so sorry about what happened. And I will do anything to help you cope with
I don't want to listen to you.
That's not fair. You have to admit that pretty much of what happened to you was your own fault.
Gee, do I? See, I don't see it that way. All I've done is been batted back and forth between you and Cruz and his girlfriend since I got here.
Well, that is another thing we have to talk about.
You know, the only thing I blame myself for is ever loving you. You're bad news, baby. I mean, everything you touch dies.
That is so unfair. I should have realized I can't talk to you. Just forget it.
Okay? Yeah, you just run along, okay? I mean, that's what you always do when it's time to face the music.
I suppose this sounds like a line, but I have a feeling we've met before. Is that possible?
Well, I don't think so. I would have remembered.
You look very familiar.
Oh, well, maybe it could be from my commercials. From Mrs. Capwell's cookies. You might have recognized me from one.
That must be it. I'm a big cookie eater. It sounds like heresy when you consider that I'm also a dentist. But I've always said, you brush right afterwards, where's the harm?
You're really a dentist?
Yep.
A real dentist? Well, this is a small world. I've got a tooth that's really been bothering me.
Well, it must be what they call fate.
Except I never go to dentists.
Never?
No.
Why not?
Because they hurt. I'm pretty lucky. I've got good teeth. I made the mistake of having dinner here one night, and even the air hurts it.
You know, if it's bothering you, you should really have it looked at. It's not going to mend itself. If you came to me, you wouldn't be afraid. Painless is my middle name.
Painless, huh? You're the first dentist ambulance chaser I've ever met.
No, it's true. It's true. I specialize in painless dentistry. You know, laughing gas and all that. I wouldn't hurt anyone, even if my life depended on it.
Really? Laughing gas, huh? Well, that sounds like kind of a kick. And if you're as painless as you say you are, well, who knows what I might end up doing while I'm giggling and sniffing.
Was just looking over the phone bill.
Well, if you like that, you're gonna love the gas bill.
Oh, not from here, from the chateau. When we were in Nice. I didn't really look at it before, I just paid it.
What's to look at?
There's one number on here. It was called several times. I just called it myself. It's the Hotel de Paris in Monte Carlo. Who were you calling there, Eden?